Today I wanted to talk about the present moment. A big reason why I wanted to get, the camera out and talk to you guys finally is because I've been wanting to do this for a really long time actually. I felt pretty hesitant to make a video like this, especially because I was afraid that I would just continue to talk in a run-on sentence, and then I actually filmed the videos and then I watch them back and I'm like, I don't like to hear myself talk, and then the video never gets posted. But in this particular video, I think it's very important that I share a message about what's been going on and how I feel about being in the present moment. I feel like I have a lot of credibility to talk about this because I have been diagnosed with OCD in the past, and by the past I mean like in the last year, but I have struggled with it previously for about 5 or so years. So because of that, I figured what better way to talk about it than of course to refer to my own experiences and hopefully just share a message to other people that might be dealing with some things that I've gone through that I feel like I needed to hear at that time. I also think it's just important to share these messages because honestly, the way that the world has been going, I've been wanting to share messages with people. I feel like I have a lot to say, and I feel like I've never taken the time to sit up and put the camera on and have these conversations with people, or just share the messages out because I've been too self-conscious about what the media would say in return, or maybe I'm not touching people, like maybe I'm not resonating with anyone. But I think honestly I just need to get it out and just say what I feel, and I'll meet my audience, I'll meet the people that are meant to be in this corner with me. So that isn't even something I'm worried about at this point. I just want to share the message. So hopping into it, I feel like we all have this culture where it's very easy to think about the next step. It's very easy to think about the things that you want to do when you first wake up. It's easy to think about how you want to end your day, going to work and then hoping that the day is already over, or simply just, looking forward to something special and not really taking in what we have right in front of us. And I feel like it's the same thing for the past. I feel like for the past, we're always thinking about something that we regret or something that we wish was still happening, or something we wish we could relive, even good or bad, like whatever it is that you're excited about, whatever it is that you're reminiscing on. I feel like it is always us focusing on something that does not exist anymore and that has never even existed in the first place. Walk with me. Walk with me. So basically, the things that I had dealt with in the past with my ruminating and intrusive thoughts and stuff like that, it was a constant fixation of what if this happens? What if this happens? Or oh my god, I'm too busy focusing on the things I did in the past. I have severe guilt and I have severe anxiety with this because oh my gosh, I don't know how to move forward. I feel like such a mess. It was a constant fixation of things that have happened in my life, things that have never even happened, that I'm constantly worried if they're going to happen, as if I have no control over how I am like actively living my life, as if I am nothing but a bystander in my own story. Like that is genuinely how I was perceiving my life for a very long time, almost as if I was like a prisoner to the what ifs. I was a prisoner to this imaginary future that does not even exist. And it took me a long time to realize that I have been focusing on the wrong stuff. I've been focusing on realities that are nothing but a facade. I've lost so much of my life simply because I was never actually present and I wasn't actually here. So I wasn't actually really able to sit here and experience the things that I wanted to experience or enjoy the things that I wanted to enjoy in my life because my mind was always somewhere else. The one thing I robbed myself of, thinking too much ahead and too much, far back in the past, I robbed myself of my now. I've robbed myself of my time. In my personal opinion, I feel like time is it's something that cannot simply just be defined. I feel like time is a concept, time is a concept. Time is not something that you can necessarily take away, and it's also not anything that you can just give, right? Time is something that simply just is. Thinking about things that have happened in the past only traps our mind. It puts our mind in a state where we're only fixating on the things that could have been. I think a big thing that I don't like is when I hear people say, you could have done this, you should have done this, or I would have done this. And it's like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, it didn't happen. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, that moment doesn't exist anymore. That was your present. And in that present moment, you chose to do what you did, but we don't have the opportunity to go back and change it. So now we're in this present moment. What do we do with this time we have now? What do we do now? What do we do here? It took me such a long time to fathom that all we have is right now. There is nothing else that exists. We have concepts of what could happen in the future based off of the gradual events that happen in our eternal now. But the truth of the matter is, all it is an idea. It's an idea, it's a concept, it's not real. We can't just jump 5 seconds into the future, and we can't jump 5 seconds back. So the reason I say this is because it is so easy for us to get so caught up in our day-to-day lives that we are living and living and living in this constant state of mental preparation for the next thing. The biggest favor I've ever done for myself was set myself free. And it was not easy, okay? I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not religious, but I do still believe in a higher power. I believe in the Great Spirit. And the reason I say this is because I have been anointed with a lot of amazing opportunities throughout my childhood and now in my adulthood, where I have been able to experience premonitions and astral projection and, you know, stuff like that. But the very first time I've ever experienced astral projection, if this is what this is considered, literally, like, it was only this year. Like, I'm only 22. Like, I've only experienced it one time so far, but it was when I was genuinely at rock bottom. I was at rock bottom, and I was in this huge mental block and spiritual block and physical block. Like, I was just in everything. I was in a huge mess, right? To the point where I was so desperate to find a way out that one time I went to sleep and my soul, like my spirit, traveled and it went to an alternate reality. This sounds like, I feel like a skeptic would watch this and be like, what the hell is she talking about? But like, if you know, you know. My spirit had traveled to another reality. It was happening at the very same time as what's happening now. Because again, this wasn't like a future possible reality. It wasn't the future, it wasn't the past. This was happening. Like, this was like my life in another timeline. Because in my belief, we all have this lifetime that we're, you know, actively living in right now. But I do believe in layers. I don't think that time is just linear. I don't think it's just one way. I don't think that this is the only life that, like, the only dimension that is happening right now. My soul had traveled to an alternate reality where I was living in a state of fear, constant fear, because of the mental hardships I was going through with OCD. And I experienced firsthand, guys, I was crawling, I was speaking, I could make conscious decisions in these moments. I was alive. Like, I wasn't dreaming. I may have fallen asleep, but I was not dreaming. I was experiencing, I was living this life for however long it went on. And I saw myself in another light. I saw myself live this life that I did not want to live. And genuinely, like, when I finally woke up, I felt nothing but sorrow and just extremely sad for myself, because I knew that there was another version of me that did not consciously make the choice to choose differently. In that reality, my depression had taken over. My thoughts were just too much. And anyone who's ever experienced severe intrusive thoughts like how I had them, it is something that in itself, it distorts your reality, because the only thing you can see and think and feel are whatever is going on in your brain. So in this alternate reality, I am experiencing the life if I truly surrendered to my thoughts and I just let them dictate how I'm supposed to feel about myself. And it was traumatic, to say the least. It was also extremely eye-opening, because that was the very first time I was like, I need to get my shit together in this life and figure out what the hell am I going to do to make different decisions to get to where I actually want to be. Because I have always had a goal and a plan for myself, because internally I know exactly how my life is supposed to go. I know how my life is supposed to go here because I feel it as if it's already happening. The things that I want to happen in my future, I'm not even worried about because they're actively happening right now for me. I know that they are. Like, it's like, you know how people say, like, you know, like God is working for me behind the scenes. That's how it is. Like, things are already happening for me behind the scenes. I'm not worried about my future because I know that my present is already reflecting how I want it to be, because my present is my future and my choices are going to be what dictates my present is going to be what dictates my eternal now, the future. That is what's going to dictate it. So when I woke up from that, I was like, okay, let's lock in. Let's lock in. So it wasn't something that happened overnight. It wasn't. But it was something that I had become more conscious of. And then later on, I started meditating more. I love meditation. I do. I haven't been consistent with it like I should, and I definitely want to get back into it because it is something that genuinely gives me a lot of fulfillment, but I have not been as consistent as I would like to be. But at that time, I did become more consistent with my meditation, and I had sleep paralysis. And after that happened, I woke up feeling 10 times more enlightened. I'm not gonna get into that, but just know, with that experience, I felt like shit. Like, I can feel myself evolving. You know, like I can feel myself evolving. Now, the reason I'm saying all of this, because I do hope that this makes sense. I hope that when I watch this back, I don't feel like I'm rambling and I'm not getting to the point, right? I say this to say, I have had these experiences that have not only put me in the present moment, but that have made me feel being in the present moment is what is actually causing some level of spiritual enlightenment. I feel myself opening up. I feel myself ascending. I feel like when I am in the present moment and I am solely just thinking about what is happening right now, you happen to see everything. You see the bigger picture. You see what your life actually is, not what you were told it would be, right? Not what society is telling you what your life should be. You're seeing everything exactly as is. Not physically, not mentally, not emotionally even. At least not one by one. All at the same time. And spiritually. All happening at once. I can't really explain it, but being in the present moment has truly helped me become more grounded. It has helped me learn more about myself, because the only thing we have right now is ourselves in this moment. And I know I keep saying that, but it's true, right? Like, think about it. Look at what I'm doing right now. Like, look at what I'm doing right now. Conscious decision. Everything I'm doing is me in my state of consciousness of being aware of what is going on. Me choosing to look directly at you and say, hey, this is the only thing I'm thinking about right now in this moment. And even while choosing to be as conscious and aware of that, I was genuinely just filled with like happiness. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, it's just like, it fills you with so much like happiness, because it's kind of like, damn, this is it. This is it. What is happening right now, this is it. Then I got into this, right? So I've had like the premonitions, and the last few weeks, I had this one dream in particular. Now, this dream, it is not actually something I want to talk about online because might be a conspiracy theorist, but I had a dream about things that's going on politically. And at first I was like, oh, like this has to be because of, you know, what's going on in the media. But this dream was hyper specific. This dream, I was actively living it. I was there, you know, and I know my premonitions. I always get, you know, premonitions in my dreams. Like, I know my premonitions. I know how they are. And I know when I wake up and I'm like, yep, that's gonna happen. Fast forward to today, online, I'm watching these videos of elected officials talk about things that are happening, that they're trying to avoid, things that they're trying to prohibit from happening. I'm like, shit, I just dreamt about that. I just saw that happening. And then it occurred to me, these things are not things that are going to happen. No, they're already happening right now. And it kind of had me thinking like, Do we get premonitions of things that are going to happen, or do we have, I mean, premonitions, I guess the present term for premonitions, but do we get premonitions for things that are already happening that just haven't revealed themselves yet to us? Kind of puts it into perspective, you know what I mean? Do we have to see everything right now in our faces directly to know that it is happening, or that it's going to happen, to be like, yep, I was right, that was true? Because like, listen to this, and this is kind of like getting off topic, but I always joked that I'm psychic, right? You know, haha, family psychic. Like I would call myself like the family psychic to be funny, because like I have had dreams of like my aunt having her kids in chronological order and knowing exactly who was gonna come out first, and you know, what gender and what time, and it's happening right now. She's on her second kid. But also, like just like other things, like anyone that knows me personally knows that like I'm very big on my dreams, and I'm very big on what is going on internally, spiritually, right? But the thing is, I've always joked, I've never actually taken it seriously until my aunt's kids, and until what I've seen online on social media with politics, which has actually had me like, damn, I actually need to like stop playing. I do think I have clairvoyance, and I do feel like it is something that I've like heavily like downplayed. I do think it's something I heavily downplayed, because like I was like, yeah, you know, like I don't know, but it's like, no, like I think these things I've been seeing, they've only been revealed to us later on, but they've always been happening now. Does that make sense? I hope you see where I'm coming from. But anyways, I say that to say that with these premonitions and with these experiences I've had and things like that, it's kind of like, oh, okay, Taleigha, like, what is your point? Like, where are you getting at? Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's just the fact that I didn't find any of this out until I stayed here. Right here, until I got out of my head. And it's so easy to get stuck in your head. It is so easy to listen to your thoughts. It is so easy to fixate on something, especially if you have OCD, okay? It is so easy to get so caught up in other things, external, material, things that don't even exist, things that don't even matter. And low-key, I feel like that's what they want. I feel like that's what they want. I feel like they want you to think about all these things that would preoccupy your time and preoccupy your thoughts, because they don't want you to think about what's going on right now. We're too powerful if we're here now. We're too powerful if we're thinking about what is going on right here, right now. Let me tell you something. Staying in the present moment is the best thing you could ever do for yourself. Everything that you want to happen will happen because you want it to happen. Because everything is a conscious decision, and we all have a choice. Because what I'm doing right now is it's free will. It's something I'm choosing to do right now. When I started this video, that was the past. I can't go back. It doesn't exist anymore, right? I can watch it back, but it's not here anymore. I can't go back and be like, oh, let me do this different. No, I can't. It is what it is, all right? Whatever cringy thing I did, or if I had lipstick on my teeth, guess what? I can't go back and wipe it off, can I? I can do it now though. And I don't have anything on my teeth, so moving on. I don't really know how to explain it, but so I've been in therapy, and my therapist has watched me genuinely go through the motions, okay? But today I literally left my session like an hour ago, and I had my my anxiety screening and stuff, little to nothing, because the only thing that has been helping me is being here and realizing everything that I'm doing right now that I have control over is all based on me. My therapist said something too one day where she was like, if you wanted it to happen, it would have. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. The things that we can control. If I wanted something to happen, it would have. You get so scared of, what if this happens? Focus on what you can control. Focus on the things you do want to happen. Because the only things that are actively going to happen in your now are things that you want to happen, that you have control over. I've tried to film this video time and time again. And every time I've tried to film it, either I felt like I was rambling, like a run-on sentence, or I felt like I wasn't fully there, like I wasn't fully present. I couldn't give the message that I was trying to share with people. Or I felt like a fraud. Like I felt like I get the logic, but I'm not applying it. And it's okay if you're not applying it. It's not something that can happen overnight, but I genuinely felt like, who am I to share a message with people that I can't even fully relate to? Now I'm at a point where I'm like, damn, like there's nothing more fulfilling than now. And sometimes now isn't the greatest, but I think that also when you are focused on now, you're focused on how you feel, you're focused on your five senses, you're focused on possibilities, you're focused on the abundance of whatever it is that you're trying to implement in your day-to-day life. With the way that our culture and society is, with, you know, heavy work culture and move, fast, especially here in America, it's so easy to get caught up in the material things and the things that are supposed to occupy our time, so that way we don't have enough time to sit down and reflect and do the things that we're doing right now, you and I. But if you get anything from this video, and I truly hope I had like a core point here. Like, I hope I can watch this video back and be like, yes, I actually talked about something. Like, I actually talked about something and I stuck to the point, and I had a point, and I had bullet points, like, you know, like, I'm actually hoping. But if you get anything from my video that I'm trying to share with you today, I hope you just take time when you turn this video off to sit down. You let your thoughts just be thoughts, and how we choose to deal with them, whether you want to absorb them or you simply want to observe them, that is up to you. With the way that my mental health was severely declining in the past, every thought I had was like, it felt like a fact. It was something I felt like I had to hyperanalyze. It was something I felt like, damn, this crossed my mind, and I can't just let my brain be a brain, so I have to think about every single thing that pops in my head. Okay, cool. So are we on autopilot? Like, where are we? If we're so focused on what we're thinking, and like, where are we right now? Where are you? Where are you right now? How are you feeling? How's your breathing? Can you smell anything right now? My sinuses are clogged. Can you smell anything? Can you smell anything right now? Like, it's like I saved myself by simply just letting everything happen. Let it be. Thoughts are thoughts, and they're gonna roam, and sometimes we don't like our thoughts. Just observe it. It doesn't have to be analyzed. It doesn't have to be had. You don't have to have these thoughts, right? We can't control what crosses our brain, but we can control how we choose to react to them, because that is what is important. And the reaction determines everything. Are you going to observe and stay here in the now, or are you going to react and go somewhere else? Now, truly, I hope that I have not been in and out of focus, because if I watch this video back, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, I'm gonna be pissed if I'm like, oh damn, like, you know. But I'm so happy to make this video finally. I feel like I finally got to talk about the things that I wanted to say, and I feel like this is just the beginning. I know there's a ton other stuff that I want to touch on, but for today, please release yourself from the mental shackles and let yourself be. I feel like everything that has happened has been because I finally allowed myself to breathe, and I stopped feeling like a slave to my thoughts. I'm sorry if I'm like, my mouth is dry. So yeah, I'm very excited and I'm very grateful for what's happened so far, and I know, you know, what is going to continuously happen, because I already feel it happening now. And I feel like that in itself is a gift that I hope that everyone gets to feel, and I hope that it will kind of change your perspective too, if you feel like maybe your life is not how you want it to be right now. Trust me, I was not the biggest fan of my life just 5 months ago, last month, you know, or maybe like the month prior. Every day is going to be an opportunity for you to do something different, you know? Like today I literally woke up, doom scrolled, and I was like, shit, my mind is somewhere else. I had therapy, I was locked in, but not as much as I wanted to be. And I was like, let me reflect, let me sit back real quick, and let me come back to where I am. But yeah, I have so many other videos that I plan on filming soon, and I do have something special happening very soon that I do plan on sharing, and I hope I get to vlog it too, because like, I don't know, like I'm just really excited. Like, this is like such a new opportunity for me, and I just feel like I'm so fucking proud of myself, and I feel like all of this has happened because yes, I put in the work to make my life better, because I was in such a difficult place at that time that I was like, fuck, like I have to choose differently. I have to have my life be something else. I am just so grateful and so proud of myself, and I feel like it is just thanks to the fact that I want my life to be exactly how I want it to be, because my life can be anything I want it to be, and so can yours. Your life can be anything you want it to be, and don't let anyone else tell you differently. Your life, your conscious decisions, your free will. You are the only captain of your ship, okay? Like, you are the only thing that you have control over. You're the only thing that matters physically here. We can't control what happens to us, but our reaction and, you know, observing those moments, that is what matters, and that is gonna dictate how you want your future to look. So Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited I finally got to film a video and that I actually like had a point. Like I actually had a point. Like so I'm very excited, and I really hope I can make another video like this again, and I hope that I will make a video like this again. I'm definitely gonna make another video like this, but I just hope that, you know, it touches the right people. I hope that it resonates with whomever needs to hear this. I just feel like my message is finally starting to be shared, and I have so many other things to say that I hope you will stay here for the journey and follow along with me. So it was a pleasure speaking with you today. Again, my name is Taleigha. Nice to meet you. I hope you will be here later. And yeah, have a great day. I'll see you next time. All right, bye.